Are you afraid that someone will steal your awesome startup idea? Well, you're not alone. In fact, a study by the University of Waterloo found that 78% of entrepreneurs worry about their ideas getting stolen. But here's the surprising truth. Building your product in stealth mode could be the very thing that leads to your startup's failure. Good ideas work not because they are kept secret, but rather are shared with others and spread from there. But how do you protect your idea and share it at the same time? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. In this video, I'm going to share why stealth mode is a startup killer, why getting your idea stolen is a lot harder than you think, and how to share and spread your idea the right way. Hi there, if you're new to this channel, my name is Ash Maurya. I'm an entrepreneur and author and the creator of the one-page business modeling tool, Lean Canvas. On this channel, I share systematic strategies and techniques for launching and growing startups. So let me start with why stealth mode is a bad strategy. When entrepreneurs get hit with an idea, it's easy to prematurely fall in love with your solution and start thinking that if only you could bring this awesome solution to life, others will love it too, and everything else will take care of itself. I call this natural predisposition for solution above everything else, the innovator's bias, and I'm no stranger to it. Back in 2002, I got hit with an awesome idea of connecting people online using the concept of 6 degrees of separation. Yes, I was building an online social network before that term even existed. Because the idea was so simple, I was afraid it might get stolen, and so I decided to build my product in stealth. I swore my co-founders and a few friends into secrecy, and we set out to work. 9 months into the project, despite our attempts at secrecy, a new social networking site, Friendster, launched out of nowhere. And this brings me to the first lesson I learned. When the time for an idea comes, many people simultaneously get hit with the exact same idea. Many inventions like the telephone, the light bulb, and even the computer mouse were ideas that hit multiple people at the same time. Stealth mode won't protect you from this, and especially today when the cost of building new products is at an all-time low, this will even be a more common phenomenon. Going back to my story, when Friendster launched, at first I totally freaked out, but then I convinced myself, my team, that we would be okay because we were taking a different approach. While Friendster was building a public social network, we had been building a private social network. I didn't see why anyone would want to share their private network data with everyone on a public website, and so we kept continuing to build our product and launched 6 months later. What I thought was a key insight at the time, in hindsight, turned out to be a flawed insight or a blind side. While we did get some initial interest from users, most users back then and even today don't really want a private social network. Which brings me to my second lesson learned. To create something compelling, you have to create something different, but that difference must matter to customers. Our difference around privacy didn't matter to customers, and it was a flawed and costly assumption. We had spent almost 18 months at this point and had built something that not enough people cared about. At first, I thought this was just the cost of learning. Sure, not all ideas succeed, and building out our project and launching was the only way to have learned this lesson. But then it dawned on me that people weren't even downloading our app. We were losing most of them right on our landing page. And so we didn't need to have spent 18 months building out a working product. We could have learned this lesson 18 months sooner if we hadn't pursued stealth and had instead shared our concept with users much sooner. And that brings me to the next lesson that I learned. Uncovering a difference that matters to customers requires learning from customers. Good insights can't be simply guessed. They have to be learned or earned. Statistically speaking, most first products missed the mark completely, and even Friendster was subsequently unseated by Facebook just a couple of years later. The way you win in this game isn't by keeping your idea secret or even being first to market, but rather by continuously learning and building what customers want. Speed of learning is a startup's only unfair advantage, and in today's fast-paced world, the ability to learn and adapt quickly is way more valuable than keeping your idea secret. And so I decided to flip the script completely with my product. I had tried stealth, which hadn't worked, and so I did the exact opposite. I started publicly blogging about my product and the approach that we were taking to privacy, and spoke to anyone and everyone who was still using our product. That led to discovering some unexpected and interesting edge use cases that led to me pivoting my general purpose social networking app to a more focused B2B large file sharing product. That product started gaining some traction and eventually led to an acquisition a few years down the road. This experience also triggered my journey into the world of lean startups, where I started testing and refining better and faster ways for doing this kind of learning with customers. It took me about 2 years to go from my idea to my failed social networking app, and another 2 years to then turn it around. By front-loading what's riskiest in the product, I learned how to shrink this time from 2-year cycles to just 3-month cycles. This is how I have launched all my products since then, from my book Running Lean to the Lean Canvas and dozen more products. If you'd like to learn more about how to validate any idea in 90 days, you should check out this video over here. And if you're still not convinced and want to still build your product in stealth, consider taking the Get My Idea Stolen challenge. Here's how it works. Don't tell anyone about your number one best idea because you want to keep that one for yourself, but take your second best idea and do everything in your power to get it stolen. Tell your friends, other co-founders, basically anyone who will listen about your idea. Create a lean canvas and even send it to product managers at other companies and ask them to build it. Then see if anyone actually steals your idea and runs with it. The reality is that getting anyone to see what you see is a lot harder than it seems. In the early stages of an idea, most ideas sound crazy and are simply ignored. Airbnb was passed up by many smart and sophisticated investors because they thought it would never work. Many of Elon Musk's friends advised him against bootstrapping SpaceX with $100 million of his own money, and then Tesla a few years later, because these ideas were just too crazy to pursue for someone who had no prior experience with rockets or cars. These same ideas, with a lot of iteration, customer learning, and hard work, turned him into the richest person in the world. Okay, so in the next section, I'm going to share some practical ways to share your idea without fear of it getting stolen. First, only talk to potential customers. At the start, focus on sharing your idea only with potential customers because customers don't care about solutions, but their problems. When customers see an idea that can solve a big enough problem they are struggling with, they don't want to steal the idea from you. Rather, they want to know how quickly can they buy your product. This is the best way to test if you're building something people want. This brings me to rule number 2. Share what your solution does, not how it does it. People don't want to see how the sausage is made. In fact, when you show them how the sausage is made, many people no longer want it. Think back to a product you have purchased recently, like a phone or a laptop or something else. Did you pry it open with a screwdriver to see how it really works, or did you just use the product and reap the benefits? Let's break this down even further. The first thing customers care about and are attracted to is a product's promise or unique value proposition, not how it works. That's what you should lead with. If you can earn a prospect's attention with your unique value proposition, then show them how you deliver this promise with a demo. Again, keep your demo focused to what your product does, not how it does it, because that's not what customers really care about. This is the essence of the demo sell build process. ChatGPT demonstrated the power of large language models, or LLMs, to 100 million people using a simple chat interface, which was initially designed as a demo to LLMs. Most people got it instantly without having to first learn the math and all the algorithms behind GPT and LLMs. And finally, this brings me to the last rule: embrace security. Most startup founders begin in obscurity, which is actually a gift. Because no one knows about you, you can use this time to test and refine your idea with customers without the pressure of competitors watching your every move. As tempting as it sounds, don't try to prematurely get covered by the press until you're ready. This will only attract needless attention from your competitors or copycats. Embracing obscurity then is an effective way to share your idea with customers at the start, but at some point, as you start getting traction, word will get out and you'll start attracting the attention of these copycats and competitors because anything worth copying will get copied. That's just another one of those realities that secrecy alone won't defend against. The way you defend against competition and copycats at this stage isn't through secrecy, but by building defensible unfair advantages into your business model. If you want to learn more about developing these kinds of real unfair advantages, you should check out this final video over here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.